welcome back to Mary Exposed. So, Raven Symone from Cosby Show fame, remember her? So cute when she was 3. She just went on Oprah Where Are They Now? Her Where Are They Now series, and she said that she doesn't identify with being African American. Now, my gripe with this, and I always get so perturbed and so bothered when Black Americans are like, I don't identify with African, anything African, I'm from Louisiana or Alabama or whatever, blah, blah. And it's usually like the southern states that say this. Like they just want to separate themselves from Africa for whatever reason. And I'm perturbed by this only because I'm African, my parents are Nigerian, and I'm African and American, so I'm first generation American here. And it always bothers me when I hear Black people say that, you know, they want nothing to do with Africa. And Africa, for me, is like such a beautiful culture. But then I was thinking about this yesterday while getting upset and irritated, like, oh, these Black people talking about this. But I was like, oh, well, I don't really identify with Black America necessarily because I have African roots. I was raised very much African because my parents are Nigerian. So we had like, you know, the Gary and the Farina, because it's the same thing. And like, you know, the Gomi, all that stuff. And like, you know, we had African people coming over. So I was more associated with my African side versus my Black American side. And my dad like raised us around like white people, so you know I was raised around white people for like the bulk of my youth. And then I remember moving to Michigan, whatever I'm trying to say. And then I moved to Michigan and it was my first time around so many Black people, and I was just like, and you know they were like coming up and talking to me like, where you from? Why are you over here? How come you dress like that? How come you look like that? Blah, blah. And, you know, I was severely bullied by these Black Americans because of how I looked, blah, blah, like, and how I dressed and certainly how I talk, because I talk like this. And so, for me, it made me just go the other way. And I just was like, I don't identify with these Black people, but I have to fit in somehow. So, you know, I started talking like, so, why are you trying to, but even though I was trying to like fit in it, I just still wasn't fooling anybody. I was still like, bully, blah, blah. But anyway, I was thinking like, oh, I personally don't identify with Black America. And let me clarify that. Like, I don't know. I just see myself, I'm just so proud to be African and so proud to be Nigerian that I just more associate myself with African and being African, and I'm so proud to be African. And I feel like, you know, Black Americans should be proud to be African. They should be proud of their heritage, but like when you don't know about it, then you can't be proud of it. I just don't feel like they're educated. They just see what's on the TV, that whole cliche whatever thing that you always hear, like, oh, you see what's on the TV, like the monkeys and them half naked and running about, and they're just, you know, viewed as savages, and they just want no part of that. And I was like looking at the comments on Facebook because they're like, newsflash, Raven Symone says she's not African American, and this person said something really so profound. It's just like, it's just another like Black America, like she said Black Americans don't even consider themselves African Americans, so I agree with her. And I was just like, no, that is true. Because I was like, at first I was like, what? But it is true. So, I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, there was another comment about how the labeling creates division. And with what Raven Symone said, I agree with the labeling thing and how it divides and separates us. And even like you can see with like Black America and African, how separate they are. And like there was another comment that said like Black Americans and Africans don't even like to like, you know, cohabitate or commingle, and they're also separate, and we don't like each other. And it's just like, it's so sad that the division between, you know, both of the races, even though we're the same race. So I just don't like that division and that separatist, if that makes any sense at all whatsoever. But we're separated in that. But you know, it's something that plagues Black America, how separate we are from one another, and how, you know, we're constantly just putting each other down, and it's the saddest thing. I don't even see any other races that do this, but it's just us. But, you know, given our history, blah, blah, you know, it is what it is, unfortunately. It doesn't have to be that way, but unfortunately it is. And so, you know, even I separate myself from Black America because I'm like, oh, well, I'm African and I'm so proud to be African. I'm so proud to be Nigerian and Nigerian background. And, you know, I separate myself from Black, not like socially, not like if I saw a Black person, I'd be like, oh no, oh God. Not like that, but it's just like what my heritage is and what my culture is, what I identify with. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. With what Raven Symone had to say, I agree with her, and I agree with the comments that labeling really does divide people. It's like, you're gay, you're Black, you're, you know, and it just separates people. You're white, oh, you're, like, it is a separatist thing, and I agree with her to that point, to that extent, but I don't agree when she was like, I don't know where my roots are. She's like, I just know I'm from Louisiana. That's as far as I know. And it's like, I think you should definitely look into that and see where you are, and you will find that there will be some African people in your background. For all of us, like, there are African people. If you go back into your history, there are African people. I don't think that there should be a division in that. I think you should definitely be proud of the African culture, but people are like, I'm American, and I'm proud to be American, absolutely proud to be American, but I'm proud to be African American. So I've just, oh gosh, I've just talked so much. So yeah, that's that on that. So anyway, thanks for watching Mary Exposed. Hope to see you. Comment, blah, 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 blah. Ta-ta!